I was a bit in a hurry. I have been at an exam from 3 to 5.
It's fine. I had my final exam last Friday.
Yeah. Well, this was supposed to be my final, but I failed one subject. Okay. So let's start. US 27.
Yes.
So old. Um, US Silver 4.
I what?
US Silver 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a jungle player. Jungle,
Uh,
mid, support, top, and AD carry, right?
yeah. I used to be last season. I was mid main, but after preseason I started toying around with jungle, and I find jungle to be much more fun than mid.
Okay, so you already got something going there because you are supposed to play this game for fun.
Yeah.
You'll be playing much better if you play for fun.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Okay. So in the jungle you have Rek'Sai. So you probably didn't play him much.
Yeah. I've been playing him a lot lately. Pretty much most games if I can get jungle.
Yeah. He's pretty. I feel he's pretty broken right now.
Well, they did a slight nerf, but
I didn't see the recent patch. No.
mm,
Okay. So Fiddlesticks is like a hit or miss pick in my opinion. Like you're either gonna do really well and carry your team, or you're gonna fail 1-all and you're gonna lose the game.
yeah.
And Udyr is, I don't know. So
I used to play Udyr, but I don't really like him as much as Rek'Sai.
yeah, if we go through your mid champions are pretty hard. Like Orianna, she's pretty hard to play. Same with Asir. Morgana's pretty easy.
Yeah.
And support Morgana, Sona, Soraka. That's 3 really good picks for somebody who. It's like a role you don't play often, probably, but I don't know if you do. You like it?
I quite like support.
Yeah.
I usually, if I can't go jungle, I usually go support because mid is usually always taken. So I don't really mind playing support that much. I just prefer jungle.
Yeah. Thanks for following. Tryndamere and Rek'Sai for top. Yeah, well that's Rek'Sai again. Tryndamere. I don't even know how hard. And then Alista, Ashe. You're playing some quite hard AD carries, I would say.
Yeah, I've done. Kalista's kind of like win or lose. It's she's in most silver games. It can be quite easy. It's just that if you meet harder opponents, or if you meet a champion that outranges you, like Caitlyn, can be quite hard.
Yeah, yeah. What I wanna say to you is that if we look at like the picks here, you could probably find maybe not Rek'Sai, but you could probably find better picks for instead of Fiddle and Udyr, like for second picks.
Yeah.
Like Fiddlesticks, as I said, is pretty much hit or miss. Like if you're really good Fiddlesticks, if you play him a lot, you'll become really good with him. But I don't think you. I don't know how many games did you have in ranked last season.
I played mostly normal because
How many games do you think he has? You have?
I can check. I think I had like 30 or something games because I started quite late in the season. I started playing around July, August.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's not a bad pick if you want to commit to it to really play like let's say 200, 300 games. Then you
Yeah,
will start because in the first 200, 300 games you're gonna do a lot of mistakes on him. Like maybe alt in the wrong time. Also, you have to rely on your team when playing Fiddlesticks. Like you
Yeah,
have to rely on them going in with you and not going in before you.
yeah.
And Udyr, from my experience in lower elo, like in silver, Udyr is not a good pick. Simply because you need to farm just at least for like, let's say 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, he was kind of good last season with the jungle items available then, but I tried him in the new jungle, and I just can't figure him out in the new jungle. I'm sure I could do it if I practice with him more, but I just prefer Rek'Sai Fiddlesticks in jungle then.
Yeah, yeah, I would say he requires like a lot of farm to be good, like for you to be useful, really useful. Uh, did you consider other junglers?
I've been wanting to try V out or maybe Rammus. Uh, just need to get the LP to buy them.
Did you ever try something like Jarvan?
No.
Okay. Vi is pretty easy. Like she's just pretty much about hitting your Q, and you all just like point and click.
Yeah.
So Vi is a pretty easy champion, which is like you wanna be going for the easy champions. Like there is this thing where you can like some champions like there's a reason why I don't see Tarek in like competitive play because you simply can't play him better than maybe like a Diamond 5 guy can do. Like
Hmm.
he just doesn't. He's not. It doesn't benefit to have skills with him. Basically, not a lot at least.
Yeah.
So you wanna find the champions that is pretty easy to max out, and then you wanna play them. You know.
Okay.
At least for now, and then let's say you get to platinum and you feel like you want to try something new, then you will be facing better people and you will probably be getting a better game understanding by the time you get there.
Hmm.
So yeah, I would say that especially Udyr, maybe try playing Vi instead,
Hmm.
and consider the fiddle. Maybe try something easier. I don't know. I feel like Jarvan is fairly easy to play because
Okay.
he's like you can play him two ways. You can either play him offensive, then he's not that easy, or you can play him defensively, and then it's mostly about hitting the EQ combos multiple times in one team fight.
Hmm.
And the all this unless you really fuck up and put your entire team in your own ult, then it's pretty good. Uh, let's go to the mid. I feel like it's three somewhat weird picks. I mean, how do you feel like you do with them when you play them?
Asir I haven't played that much, but he's quite a fun champion to play. I usually just play around with Asir if I'm playing with friends. Orianna, I'd say I'm fairly decent with. It depends kind of on the matchup and the skill of the other mid player, but I have quite a few wins with her. Sometimes I used to pick her as support sometimes too, but I don't do that anymore really since I have better support champions now. Morgana I'm fairly good with. I just prefer to usually play her as support over mid.
Yeah, Morgana is fine in mid, but the thing is that like in laning phase you're gonna have a good time, and then maybe mid game you'll have a pretty decent time, but then when you get to late game you just really won't deal the damage you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't say that you should pick something else. Maybe the Asir, but if you're playing him for fun, then you should definitely keep playing him. Yeah, the Orianna she's really hard to master, but she's pretty easy to be strong with. Other easy picks could be Annie. Like she's really underrated, especially in lower elos.
Yeah, I that's one of the first mid champions I played back when I started. I really never caught on to her because I don't really like her that much. But I was thinking of trying her out again since I've gotten better at the game now than when I first started. She was actually one of the first champs I bought. For some reason, I don't remember why.
Do you use Smartcast?
To use what?
Smartcast.
Yeah, for some skills, not all of
Yeah,
them.
yeah, but so for me, I don't use Smartcast, but I use Shift, and then I click spells.
Yeah, no, I usually use Smartcast on like shield spells, like Morgana and or Oriana, since it's important to kind of get them off in time, and they can be hard if you don't use Smartcast.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find something less skill cap for mid than like Ori and Azir. Like they're pretty hard to play. Maybe Kale. Kale is pretty easy to play. Mm. And the thing is, like, yeah, I would say Kale is one of the easiest mid laners to just go and play because, again, she doesn't require much. All that requires something on her is like her alt.
Hmm.
It requires the right timing and like, yeah, that's basically it.
I was thinking of trying out Syndra in mid. Just
Yeah,
haven't
but
bought her yet.
uh, Syndra is okay, but she is again like she's pretty hard to. Well, I guess if you play a lot of games, I mean, the stun like to use the stun properly to use the well, it's both Q and E and W and
Hmm.
E. Like the combos, it's pretty hard, and then you use the ult properly, and you know how much damage it deals. I mean, she requires quite a bit. Yeah, it's pretty right. Somebody just said that six is pretty easy to play.
Yeah, he
Uh,
can be quite annoying sometimes if you meet him. I don't see him a lot anymore though.
no. Also, GG Fang. I'm not talking about what's easy to carry with because basically, how many champions do we have? All champions are easy to carry with if you
Hmm.
know how to play them properly. It's more like what's easy to pick up, what's easy to play because somebody who's silver probably doesn't have the same mechanical skills as somebody who's in the LCS. And just because somebody in LCS plays, let's say, Corki or Nar, doesn't mean somebody in silver is just gonna go there and play one game and then be like playing as well as they do after like 100 games.
Hmm.
There is a huge difference, so it's basically better to play the champions you're comfortable at and, well, those you have a lot of games with, but I'm just trying to give you ideas of what you could play. Easier
Yeah.
champions. I think that cuts it from it for now. I also like playing some other champions mid, like Java mid, but that's more for the fun of it. Also Karma. Like, if you want something fun, you should try Java mid.
Okay.
Um,
What about Katrina? Because I see her a lot in mid.
yeah, and I found out that she's banned quite a lot from silver to platinum for some reason. Like, people don't really know how to play her. If you I just recently went from silver 5 to I think I got gold 1 only in like 25 games, and I
Okay.
played mostly Katarina. I tried to get her, and then I faced a couple of Katarinas, and like people know how to lane with her. They know mostly how to deal with other champions. But then when you get to team fights, all they know is to jump in and use their combos, and then hope that they get a kill so they will get a reset.
Yeah. Well, I would pretty much notice that because they just jump in like at the middle of a team fight, and either they get like one kill or a pentakill.
Yeah. And the other thing is that she's gonna be remade.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that
Uh,
on the News of Legend.
I think she is. I don't know if it's just rumors. I think it was. Anyway, like if she is that, it's probably not worth picking her up now. If unless you wanna play her for the fun of it again.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Okay, so let's go to support. Morgana, Sona, and Soraka. I would say that Zone is the hardest of those three to play. I don't know how do you feel about them?
I haven't played Sana that much because I just recently bought her, but she can be quite. Sometimes it can be hard. It depends on the matchup, because well, from what I've noticed, her heal is kind of weak in the early game, so it's better to play her kind of as a poke.
What do you max first?
It depends. It's either Q or W usually. It depends on who the other champions are.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I don't play it that much, but when I play, I do a max Q just because when you wanna play her, you don't sustain. Well, how do I say it? You don't like. Let's say you play against Leona. If you even if you max your W, you're not gonna sustain out the burst they're gonna put on you if they jump you.
Yeah, exactly.
But you might be able to deal a lot of damage if you have the Q just to poke before they can go in.
Hmm.
Uh, is there any like Tarek is a pretty good support for you. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, I was thinking of buying Tarek actually.
That's like a suggestion for everybody who is like let's say below Diamond 1. Like Tarek is so easy to play. He's like you're gonna take 20 games with him or something, and then you're gonna feel comfortable with him. He has the most annoying stun in the game.
I actually played a game with a Tarek last week, and he went, I think, 22 or something. I don't remember how much assists he had, but he pretty much carried that entire game.
Yeah, and that's again because Tarek is so easy to master. Well, yeah, I say so easy, but if you compare, relatively easy. And it's not like they made the champion really bad. He's fine, but it's just when you get against really good players, they know how to play around him. And I'm not saying he's not viable in high elo, but he's just not as efficient as like let's say Leona or. Is there anybody who does the same? There's nobody with a heal and a stun like that, is there? Well, so the new Soraka maybe.
Yeah.
Not
well,
really, but I think that's the
no.
closest. Well, Nami with her bubble, it's almost the same.
Well, yeah. Can a knock up.
Yeah. And I don't know how do you feel about like Morgana's a really good pick, especially when you have played her from mid as well. So you have some experience on her. How do you feel about Soraka then?
Um, I somewhat prefer the old Soraka over the new one. I've tried playing her after she got changed, but her heal is on a lower cooldown, but since it uses your health to cast it now, it's a lot harder to actually survive as Soraka.
Yeah. I feel like Soraka is like she got harder. Let's just say that she got a bit harder to play because, as you said, you're gonna go low. If your AD carry gets poked a lot, you're gonna go low if you heal him up.
Yeah.
Unless you hit a lot of Qs, and it can be difficult to hit at least. I don't know. I didn't play her much, so I don't know much about her. But yeah, Tarek definitely like a really good pick. Yeah, I don't know. You picked some of the easier supports, I would say.
Well, I've played some Blitzcrank too, but
To
I
me,
don't really like Blitzcrank that much.
are you good at Blitzcrank? Are you like somebody who hooks? You hit your hook 110% of the times you try,
No, I mean,
or more like you hit 25%.
well, it depends because a lot of times, whenever you're up against a Blitzcrank, they just stand behind their minions, which can make, at least for me, Q kind of hard to hit.
Yeah, but that's what they're supposed to do. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean that's why I personally don't play Blitzcrank. I'm a support main. I don't know if you know. I main support, but I don't. Blitzcrank is one of the few supports I play from time to time, but I never consider him as a choice in if I want to win a game, because with Blitzcrank, you can either. It's like he's a good chance. Like if you lose the first 5 minutes, you're gonna lose lane pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some really good Blitzcrank players who pretty much carry the entire game because they keep pulling in like the opponent time and time again. So the ADC gets extremely fed. But those are very rare to see.
Yeah, and that's like it's pretty much the same as Fiddlesticks. If you play Blitzcrank 300 games, you're gonna know some of his limits, and you're gonna be able to make pulls that other people can't. But he is pretty hard to play, and he's really risky. Like, but when that's said, like even when you get behind on lane, you can still do well if your team gets decently fed, and you pull the AD carry, enemy AD carry once. You can still carry the game with that one pull.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't really suggest him. Also because there is like, at least you shouldn't first pick him because you don't want to first pick Blitzcrank and then they pick Leona or Thresh or Braum. I don't know, something you don't want pulled into you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tarek maybe. So I think that cuts it. Like maybe change your Soraka for Tarek.
Yeah, like I said, I was thinking of buying Tarek and try him out some. I haven't checked how much it costs.
No. So well, yeah, Karma is pretty easy to play, like, and she's really good. Same goes for Annie. Oh, did you just unplug your okay. Same goes for Annie, but Annie is a bit harder to play as support than as mid.
Yeah.
But yeah, Karma is pretty easy. If you have her, I would suggest you to try a couple of games. If you like, basically, I feel like it's mostly about feeling comfortable with the champion, and for me at least, I can feel it within the first couple of games I play with a champion. If it's a champion for me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Yeah, how long did you play LoL?
Since around July. I started
Year?
around
Last year?
yeah in season 4.
Did you start just now?
Yeah, pretty recently, like July,
Oh,
June,
okay.
July.
Did you have any experience before this? I mean, in MOBAs?
Only in like Warcraft.
So you played Dota? Or
Yeah, it wasn't one of my favorite game modes back then. But I find League of Legends a lot more fun than
I agree.
Dota and the other MOBA maps.
Did you play any games in between? World of Warcraft? Counter-Strike?
Well, I've played a lot of games, like mostly like Final Fantasy and some Battlefield and stuff like that. Just not really any MOBA-like games.
Yeah, but the thing is, in gaming, like, basically, if you are good, like, let's say, I was pretty good at 1.6 Counter-Strike. If you're good at a game, it's like a certain mindset. If you're good at a game, then the chances are you have the right mindset to be good at another game. You just need time, and basically you have the mindset to focus on your mistakes and to deal with it. You are competitive enough to rethink most of what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I always try and analyze and see what I do wrong to improve.
Yeah, okay. Okay, let's move on to top. So you wrote Tryndamere and Rek'Sai. Is there any reason for you to pick Tryndamere?
Well, I just find him quite easy to play most of the time. It kind of depends on who you're meeting, but most of the time Tryndamere is pretty decent in top from my experience at least.
He's fine, yeah. He's pretty good. The thing you do with Tryndamere is that you win your lane and then you just push. You don't leave your lane, just push.
Yeah.
But I would suggest you top laners like Renekton, probably the easiest top lane out there.
Okay.
And I don't know with his recent change, but I think he still is. Maybe Warwick. He goes for jungle too. Warwick, really. Like Warwick again. Like Warwick and Pantheon is like champions where you Pantheon goes for both lanes too.
Yeah.
Even for mid, like you play the champion, you press Q and you click the enemy champion. You can't miss that. You can't miss the W, the stun. You basically can't miss anything but his ult. And Warwick, you can't miss anything. You know.
Yeah. I actually own Warwick. I just haven't played him because I mean
No.
he's so cheap to buy.
It's like a pretty easy champion to pick up. You have a lot of games if you started half a year ago.
Yeah, I've been played a lot over the summer.
Yeah. Okay, so that pretty much cuts it for top. There's not much to say. Like, I think that like Warwick, Pantheon, and Pantheon goes for again for top, jungle, and mid.
Yeah.
Warwick goes for top and jungle, and Renekton for top.
Okay.
Those champions are really easy to pick up.
I can try Runnington. I can.
Yeah. Okay, last was AD carry. I feel like you found some of the hardest AD carries to play. I don't know.
I find Tristana somewhat easy to play.
Trist is decently easy, I would say, yeah. But she relies a lot on her jump and knowing when to go in. But yeah, she's definitely the easiest champion it shows.
Well, she's getting changed soon too.
Yeah, I saw that. Just like. Okay, so it was 80 carry. So I wouldn't suggest you to play Kalista or Ash because Kalista, I don't know how well you do with her passive. If you do really well, then maybe you should. I don't know.
Well, they recently changed the passive, so after the 5.1 patch, it's actually a lot harder to play because you have a smaller window to actually use your passive in at when you increase your attack speed. So I haven't really played her a lot since the 5.1 patch, but I did quite decently with her when she was first released back in season 4.
But as I just wrote, Ash is one of my favorite picks.
Well, she's the first hero I ever bought.
For me, she's one of the champions I just love, but I hate her because she's so bad. Her passive is really bad. Like, it doesn't really do anything. Anyways, I would suggest you to go something like Caitlyn, because Caitlyn is pretty easy to again pick up, play.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of buying Kate or Vayne, but she's kind of in the higher difficulty.
Yeah, Vayne is probably the hardest AD carry of every AD carry to play. Else you should play Graves. Graves is pretty easy. He's really strong right now. He doesn't rely as much on supports and as most other AD carries, which also is a thing that you need to take count of in lower elo, I suppose.
What about Corgi or Kog'Maw?
I wouldn't play Kog'Maw. He is like really dependent on the team. Like, I mean, you have a lot of damage, but it's not like if somebody jumps you, you're not gonna run away from them. Corgi is decent, I would say. If you find him. Okay, I think you get the idea. Like, basically play the easy champions. Like,
Okay.
and I'm sure you will figure out what's the easy champions when you want. Like, if you just, I don't know, do you know all champions? You probably do.
Yeah, I mean I've met all of them. I just don't own all of them.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to spot when at least when you try them. If you try them on free week, it's pretty easy to spot if they are actually easy to use, like
Yeah.
to use as spells properly and shit, or if it's not. Like I played Cassiopeia like a few days ago, first time, and it
Yeah.
went horrible.
I mean, most of the time I just like, if I enjoy playing it here, not necessarily because it's easy, but because it's fun to play. That's usually one of the heroes I pick up, which is why I picked up Oriana, because I kind of like the ball mechanic and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's not much more to say. Like basically, also Diana is pretty good.
Who?
Like Diana for
Yeah.
support. But she takes some getting used to, but she's pretty good. She's my favorite support right now.
Okay.
But that's because I don't play a lot of support, and then she's really easy to just. Recently, I don't play much solo queue except for like in. Well, I didn't do in preseason. So I played on Smurfs, like low elo Smurfs, and else I would go on a West and play with a friend,
Hmm.
a Swedish friend of mine. I really like playing bot lane with, and then we would play bot like duo queue on bot, and then I would just play Diana because I didn't need a warm up game. I wouldn't need to get used to playing bot lane again.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Also, Israel is pretty good. I mean, he's pretty easy to play. You don't rely on anybody. Just don't use your E offensively if they are 5 grouped.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. Let's see what you wrote. So you don't place wards.
No, late game I'm quite bad at that. I tend to forget because everyone's like running towards enemies in mid or top or whatever. So it's usually kind of forget to place wards then. I've been trying to remember that, but it can be hard sometimes.
Well, I don't know. For me, it's just like natural, I guess. Well, there's not much to do about that except working on it. Like, play with you could play with somebody, like 5-man normal game or something,
Hmm.
and then you ask them to tell you if they think the warding isn't okay. If you don't, like every time, let's say every time you don't have free wards out, they tell you.
Hmm.
Like something like that. You just have to remember that it's a problem basically, and
Yeah.
by time you will get used to it. It's also about, I don't know if you know where to place the wards for them to be effectful.
Yes and no. I know some spots, probably not all of them, but I know some key spots that I usually try and place wards at,
There
other
is,
than Baron and Drake.
yeah, there is some really good basically pictures of it. They're basically everywhere.
Yeah.
And there is somewhere Crepper made a. I don't. Do you know who Crepper is?
No.
He is a former pro player,
Okay.
support. He made a video like a few months back about basically about where you can place pink wards for them to be effectful. Like if you
Yeah, you should play in the beginning. If I'm on the bottom side, I usually try and place a pink in the tri-bush.
yeah,
Or
but
if I'm at top.
if you are let's say you're blue side, okay?
Yeah.
Then you go back, get a pink ward, and then you can put a ward in the bush behind wolves. You know, the one that nobody ever walks into. They walk past it, but they never walk into it. Basically,
Yeah.
at least not early game. And that's the point. You can place a ward in their jungle where you will see that jungler when they walk there, and the mid laner if he starts roaming. And if you're on the other side, you can ward the bush at red, the one left to it.
Yeah. I think I actually do ward that one sometimes.
It's
if
just
it's the one I'm thinking of.
yeah, it's just basically it doesn't matter if it's pink or if it's sidewards.
Hmm.
Basically, getting deep vision is much better than getting a ward in river when you're bot lane.
Yeah.
Because if you have the deep vision, it does not only help you, but it also helps mid lane and top lane because you see where the jungler is.
Yeah.
And when you see him, he can't be top, for example. When you see him on bot lane, camp, whatever side you are.
Yeah.
So, but you have to be careful. You have to basically learn when you can go on deep ward. And again, it basically comes with experience by trying, and then you fail because both mid laners and bot lane just came for you and they killed you because they saw you with a ward. But if you, for example, if you see the jungler on top lane and the enemy mid just went back, you can mostly just walk into the jungle and place a ward and get out again.
I think I usually ward that one if I'm playing mid, because I usually go back and buy a pink and put one around that area, just so I can kind of see if someone's sneaking up there.
Okay. So basically, it's trying and yeah, remembering that you have a problem. Well, not a problem, but something you do wrong.
Hmm.
It's always about realizing that you do something wrong you can work with. What is the next? I tend to be greedy sometimes and go after an almost dead enemy. Yeah. Well, again, I can't really say anything because you know what's wrong when you do it. You just have to learn not to go greedy, I guess.
Hmm.
If it's like a Tryndamere, you don't go greedy for him when he's no HP and in the middle of his team, for example. And you know that it's just playing the game. And then if you like, let's say, because sometimes you will do it, I do it sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
But if I do it in a game, I am most likely not to do it again in that same game, and I'm mostly likely not to do it again that day if I play more games,
Hmm.
because I will remember that, and I don't do it every day, every game, or not even every week, but I do it sometimes as well because sometimes you just forget that the enemies could be near, and then you just jump into somewhere you just saw him walk, and then they fight there.
You just see like a giant bag of money over their heads.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just playing, and you get more experience.
Yeah.
It's really typical new player things, those things, because you don't have the experience most other people have. For those kind of things.
I'm trying to kind of get better at judging the situation.
What do you mean by the last thing?
Which one?
In large team fights, I sometimes find myself focusing on the wrong enemy, tank instead of AD carry, for example.
Yeah.
Losing. Is that what roles is that?
Like if I'm playing mid laner, for example, or ADC or top or something. Like
But
pretty much everything except for support. Sometimes I like in team fights I go for the wrong enemy. Usually because tanks have lower health, but tanks aren't usually like, because a lot of people, at least in silver, a lot of people attack the tanks, so they have less health. Instead of going for like their ADC or someone else who needs to be like focused on. So
yeah,
sometimes I find myself attacking the tank instead of Vayne, for example, which, I mean, in a fight like that, even seconds can make a huge difference.
yeah, but mostly focusing a tank shouldn't be that bad. Like, especially not if you're AD carry. Playing AD carry is not about killing the enemy AD carry or killing the enemy mid laner, unless they
Okay.
go for you. Like, playing AD carry is like staying safe while you can kite backwards or
Yeah.
chase forward. Like, always stay safe, and the enemy tanks is probably gonna go for you.
Yeah, I
Uh,
suppose.
yeah. So like, at least don't have the mindset that focusing a tank is wrong. Also, if a tank is separated, don't
Hmm.
don't hesitate using spells to kill that guy, because if you kill them without them being in the team when they die, then even if you use, like, let's say an alt and like all most of your spells, the spells will come up and they will have an alt less, and they
Hmm.
will have much less power to fight you back if you kill somebody,
I
obviously.
suppose.
So because I see that a lot too, that people are not satisfied with other people focusing the tanks, especially in lower elos. Like, but it's when when you're playing, I don't know, if you had a good game on Ass, for example, if you get Ayats and you get Bloodthirster and you have Phantom Dance and you have Last Whisper late game
Hmm.
and then some defensive, you know that you even tank, you will probably 3-4 hit, something like that.
Yeah.
So mm, yes, basically, like, what I was saying is that 80 carries do not need to focus enemy carries.
Okay.
And it's usually wrong if they do, because then you're gonna run through the team fight to get to the enemy 80 carry.
It's just because usually in like ranked or games, a lot of people say like focus X champion, and then everyone all gets like mad if you don't.
Yeah, but you shouldn't, especially as 80 carry, you shouldn't focus one. Like, your your job as an 80 carry is not to burst somebody down. It's not to nuke somebody.
Okay.
Your job as an 80 carry is to have the sustained damage. Like if somebody on the enemy team focus your let's say mid laner,
Yeah.
and they use everything for your mid laner, and you're an 80 carry, and you just hit them, then they might kill your mid laner, but they are gonna be low all of them when they're done.
Okay.
Uh, yeah. Uh, Also, yeah, it's true. You can't play every champ the same way, like in a team fight.
Hmm.
Like, as I said, with AD carries, mostly you kite backwards.
Yeah.
You do the same with some mid laners, some what I would call supportish mid laners, like Ori, Anna, Lux, Six, you know. But
Hmm.
if you play something assassin ish, like Zed, LeBlanc, Ari, even Syndra maybe,
Yeah.
then you don't want to go backwards. You want to go blow up the enemy. Let's say 80 carry, if it's the enemy 80 carry who's fed.
Hmm.
Uh, it's really different how you have to play the game. Also, as tanks, they have two functions in a team fight. Either they go with the crew who is going to burst down somebody, like,
Hmm.
or they're gonna peel for you, and you should mostly have both, like a top lane, maybe a top laner who peels, and a jungler who goes in or something like that.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of roles in a team fight, and support is mostly about peeling, helping your AD carry peel,
Yeah.
and then you have the owner, who's about engaging the fight.
Hmm.
So basically, she's about engaging the fight so that you don't have to peel. You will just have to chase after that. But that's just how she is.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's the mistakes you listed.
Hmm.
Strength. Okay, can you elaborate the first thing you said you're good at?
Which one? The adjusting situations.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's like if they have a very AD heavy team. I for on Rek'Sai, for example, I prioritize armor more than magic resistance. Or if they have something like with a lot of CC, go with like um, boots to support that, or if they have something like Ari with charm, or something else with like single target seizure spells, or stuff like that. I go for like Banshee's Veil, for example, to kind of prevent myself from getting caught in a bad situation.
Yeah. So that's really good. I can't really say anything to that. Like, adjust your builds. Like, that's the same on 80 carries. Even like I find that 80 carries have the least adjustable builds in the game. Like, there is some certain items you have to have on 80 carries, but just adjust your defensive items even on 80 carries. Like, there is QSS, there is Guardian Angel, there is Banshee's Veil. Like, there's different items you can get for different situations, and it's basically knowing what to get when, more than like just getting, let's say, Guardian Angel because it's so popular, I think, in your elo.
Yeah, a lot of people, especially champions like Katrina and I've seen some Veins with it too.
Yeah, I mean on 80 carries, I feel like it's really blowing up, or at least it was. But sometimes it's just better getting that shield that neglects one spell, because it's usually the first spell you get caught by, and that kills you.
No, like on Morgana, usually she uses Q first.
Yeah.
Instead of W.
So and one other thing is that you would usually get your defensive item last on 80 carries at least. Basically because you want to have damage. You'll probably lose the game if you don't have damage on one of the carries.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the other way around the next. Good warding at the beginning of the game. Yeah, you just have to adjust that to late game too. Yeah, good map awareness is really good. As Duya is saying, like, do you use pings a lot?
I use it a lot.
Yeah,
the problem is that a lot of people, like when I ping, some people get mad because I don't say it in chat, but it just takes time to stop and type everything out in chat all the time.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to use pings too much. One thing, when you, like, let's say you're playing mid lane and you know that your mid laner is roaming bot, what you want to do is that you want to ping on the lane on the minimap. Like, let's say danger, okay? Because they can actually see that when they are playing. When the screens is on bot, they don't need to watch the minimap or listen to the sounds to see that. It will pop up on their screen. And then when you have done that, when you're pretty sure they saw that, you're gonna ping that your laner is missing. That's probably the most efficient way to use pings.
Yeah.
And same if you are going, like, let's say top, and you are pinging on my way, you wanna ping around your champions, because your teammates' champions, because then they will be able to see it, like, on their screen. Because that's something I find sometimes pretty hard, is to, like, see that somebody pinged. You can be, I don't know, sometimes you just don't see it, you know?
Yeah, I just try to figure out if there's a better way to, like, communicate that, for example, the jungler is heading top, because sometimes, like, I have to type out, like, jungler heading top, but not everyone is reading chat. And it's kind of hard to communicate that the jungler is heading top too, like through pings.
Yeah, basically, typing in chat is never worth your time. Because if you have to type jungler is heading top in chat, you are gonna lose, let's say, 5 seconds in your lane.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's not gonna be worth. You should ping on your teammate with danger, and then ping danger where you saw the jungler last, or where you think he is, because he's heading top. You obviously saw him with a ward somewhere, and you know, like, he's around there.
Or just like he he was in mid and then he headed towards top. I mean, it's
Yeah,
pretty obvious that he's heading top then, but not a lot of people actually pay attention to the minimap.
yeah, exactly. So you wanna ping so they don't have to look at the minimap to see it. You wanna ping so they can see it just by watching their own champion.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to use the ping more than once on them. Just use it as much as you need for them to understand that somebody is coming.
Okay.
Mm. Uh, but yeah, game. Do you watch streams?
Sometimes I usually don't watch streams. I usually watch like YouTube clips. Usually, if I'm learning a new champion, I search for like high elo plays with that champion to like see how they play it and combos they use and stuff.
Yeah.
But usually not streams, mostly YouTube videos of full games.
For me, okay, I started a bit background about me. I started playing this game when it was in open beta.
Okay.
I played Warcraft 3 before this,
Hmm.
a bit of Dota. Then my cousin got me into this game. I played this game a lot. I did not progress that much in season 1, mostly because there was no meta until like mid season 1, I think.
Okay.
I used to play Rammus jungle with Ross Guardian Angel.
Hmm.
How silly it sounds. I wouldn't progress much. Then I quit the game. I don't know if it was season 1 or season 2. I quit the game for half a year because I realized that I was getting too annoyed by it. And then I got back, and basically I got good by playing with my brother. He's younger than me. He taught me some basic stuff about supporting, and then I basically got good at that role and that role only. By the time I got to diamond only with that role in season 3. In season 2 I was three elo from hitting diamond. Back then it was elo. You probably heard of it.
Yeah.
And by the time I hit diamond, I was like, yeah, I don't want to go further. I hit the goal. I don't. So I started watching streams and I started experimenting with new champions, with new roles. The way I learned the new roles was basically, let's say, watching. I don't remember who I watched. I watched probably something like Cyanide. I don't know. You don't know pro players, I guess.
Some of them.
Yeah, okay. I watched pro players play their roles, and I would watch what they did in which situations.
Hmm.
I don't like watching streams for fun, as most people do probably. Also, when I watch LCS, I don't watch it. I watch it for fun. I cheer for a team. I love the teams, and some players. But I always have those glasses on where I would be looking how to use it to improve my own gameplay. Why did that support go on what there by that time? Why did he gank mid when top when he was, I don't know, every kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
I question
I
why
know.
they do stuff like, and then I don't have to realize everything. I just sometimes it's like, yeah, that was pretty good. I should adapt to that, and that is the key word, adapting in this game.
Hmm.
Because there is gonna be new patches. Like there's gonna be 100 new patches in this season. Well, not 100, but there's gonna be 50 or something. And
Well, probably at least as many as last season. So.
yeah, I don't know. There's gonna be a lot of patches, and every time there's a new patch, you basically have to adapt to some extent. Like
I mean, a lot changes all the time.
yeah, last season Rek'Sai was pretty broken. Now he got nerfed. He might not be as broken. You don't have to be so scared of him. You don't, last
Well,
season,
you don't have to build only armor and still
yeah,
kill everyone.
yeah, and if you play against him last last patch you would be like all scared of him and not do anything because of him. Now you can do stuff again because even though he's there, you know. Like it's about adapting, and the faster you adapt, the better. That's also a thing you see in pro teams. Do you know Alliance or the old Alliance?
I know some of the pro teams.
Yeah. They were basically probably number one team last season. Then, like some major patch came, and suddenly they would lose games to really not teams they should lose to, just because they were slower at adapting to that patch than other teams were. So they would lose games because they couldn't adapt fast enough. So yeah, adapting is a thing you wanna be good at in this game.
Yeah.
Like it's also, hello, Alex. I can't really say much, but like I try to read patch notes when they come out, especially like sometimes you're not really playing the game a lot. I guess like, for example, now I have had exams, so I haven't had that much time.
Yeah.
So I haven't played so much, so I haven't read patch notes. The two last patches. So I'm really not in shape when it comes to playing this game right now, because I basically don't know if let's say Carthus is an 80 champion now, because he could be without me knowing. Almost.
Yeah, no, I try and always read the patch notes and the public beta patch notes from News of Legends stuff to see what's coming in upcoming patches to try and prepare for that.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Also, you have to not only read the patch note, but also try not necessarily understand them, but try to understand them. Like if you see Katarina got reduced damage on her Q, but she got more damage on her W, then you need to think, what does that make her? Like, that makes her more of a melee champion than she was. She can't poke as much, you know? Like, think not only what happened, but also what does it do to a champion. Like, because the playstyle of the champion might change with the patch. Yeah.
The removal of Deathfire Grasp and
yeah, like that will probably change a lot of champions, how you play them. And well, I hope it will, because there's no point of removing it if it doesn't change anything, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, what I would recommend you to do is just play games. Consider yourself. Remember your own mistakes. Just have an eye on your own mistakes, yeah. Play games.
Yeah.
We could play a game now too. What role do you prefer, jungle?
Yeah, I can do jungle.
We could play a game if people are up for it, if other people are. We could ask if there anybody who has any questions. I should try to answer. I don't think there's anybody. Okay. Let's go. Oh shit.
Okay.
Okay, my client just froze. Okay, it's back. Let's just go for normal then. Go team builder. Because it's best. Let's see. He's here. Yeah. So you want to play jungle, right?
Yeah.
If you go on Twitch, which you probably know how to do.
Yeah, no, I open it now.
Yeah. If I don't know, have you been there before?
Yeah, no, I streamed a bit in the past, but I don't do it a lot.
Okay. Okay. Right now, if you go to LOL,
Mm-hmm.
you see the streamer with most views. I'm a PewDiePie.
Yeah, no, I saw that message. Kitty
Yeah,
Pie,
yeah, yeah. But I don't
Hotel.
completely agree with him. But I agree with him on the PewDiePie and
Okay,
Po Builder and Night. He said Night something. I don't know. I would say that
Night Q 3,
Night Blue.
top
Yeah,
isn't that?
it's Night Blue 3, but doesn't matter. Night Blue is probably the best streamer for you to watch, and probably one of the best streamers for anybody who want to learn something about this game, because Night Blue explains 99.9% of everything he does,
Okay,
and like why he does it, and
okay.
know.
I'll try to watch him then. Try and learn some jungle secrets.
And he plays a lot of Rek'Sai too.
Okay, it could be fun.
Uh, Mid marksman. Wow. You obviously did not watch my stream. Nightblue is really not more salty than 90% of other streamers. Like, I would say that PewDiePie is an exception. He's pretty much never salty. And the thing here is that there's nothing wrong with blaming your teammates. Nightblue does it, Sparsy does it, Froggen does it, Wig does it, Soas does it, Diamond does it. A lot of people blame their teammates, but they don't write it down. They don't put it into chat. They rage at the screen, you know?
Yeah, instead of just like calling people names and then saying they'll feed or just stand on the platform. Which I've seen happen.
Yeah, but the thing is that if you the second you start writing it to somebody, the second you do that, you take away your own mind of the game and you take away their mind of the game, because they're gonna be like, they could tilt, they could, I don't know, like a lot of things can happen. Like it's never gonna result in anything good to write down toxic messages and whatever,
Yeah.
you know. But being salty in real life, there's nothing wrong with that as long as you control it and you don't tilt.
Well, I don't think I've ever flamed my teammates in chat because I think it's kind of pointless.
Yeah, but it's
I mean, it just kind of ruins everyone's mood. I mean, it's a game and people play it for fun.
So somebody just wrote that Nightblue, because he thinks that Nightblue is salty, and he is, but I don't think I have ever seen him write down toxic messages to his fellow players in teams.
Yeah.
Even if they like fuck up, he's salty, but he's just salty at his screen, and because he's streaming, it turns up to be a bad thing, but it's really just normal. Even Sparsy just made a video, like literally just made it. I saw it yesterday. Somebody linked it to me, where he said that he had 3 tips how to play solo queue, and one of them is to not write out your anger,
Yeah. Well, it's kind of pointless to
Yeah,
do in the
like-
first place.
Yeah, and yeah, last time I saw Nightblue, and I did like a week ago or something, he was really informative. He was saying why he would buy Triforce. He was explaining in details why he would buy Triforce on Jungle Rek'Sai over Hydra. Like, you know?
Yeah.
And another thing about Nightblue is that I think it was in season 3. He was bronze when it started, and he got diamond when it ended, or challenger. I don't even remember. He leaped a lot in one season.
That's quite good, I suppose.
What the fuck, Hall? The thing is, Kalex, when you write something like that in chat, people are gonna understand it as something negative. You just ignore them when they reply to it. It's not wrong to write that they should play defensive and not die, but people are gonna see it as a really negative thing. Holm, why not? So basic. I have not watched Trick 2G for a very long time, but I find his stream very annoying and very boring because I had never like I watched maybe an hour of it back in the days, like when he was getting really popular, and I never learned anything from Tricked 2G, like never. Okay. So, well, I don't know. I'm not gonna judge him, but I just don't think he is informative. And if you wanna watch a support, I can make a list here. I'm gonna write it in your top laner. Top. Well, who plays top good? There's no good top laners in this world. Not streaming, I think. Well, it should be RF Legendary.
I usually go to like what's it called? LOL King, because they usually have a list of like top streamers and they can sort everyone by like challenger or master or whatever, and usually just try and watch people from there if I do watch streams, which isn't a lot to be honest, but
yeah, but it's not that it can. It's not like you're gonna get good only from watching streams, but it
no, of course.
can help you. It helped me a lot.
Well, it's like when you prepare for any like football game and stuff too. Like it helps to watch strategies of that other people do.
I got okay on this account. I forget what I get all the time on this account. I don't remember what I got on this. On my West account, I got Hextech Iron. On Scumbag Zetom. What the hell did I get on that? I don't remember. I got Dragon Fist Lee Sin. I got Dragon Fist. I forgot half of the champions skins I got here. Yeah, exactly. Don't copy something. Don't copy somebody playing a champion, but understand why they do it, and then you can do it too. You can.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't do anything if you don't understand it. That's all.
Jeg kan godt se nemt til Sorcerer for sjovt.
Ja.
Så vinder jeg 8 gange igen. Jeg har næsten ikke noget. Hvis jeg nu havde oddset ordentligt.
Okay, sorry. What am I playing? What was I saying? Yeah, but basically that's pretty much it. I was trying to find a top laner. I think RF Legendary is a top laner. Box maybe, but he only plays a few champions. Okay, so I'm top laner. Can always watch me. I don't know what I should play. I kind of feel like playing Aatrox because people are talking about how weak he is right now. I want to play this. Recently bought her on this account. Yeah, I'm ready. Oh yeah, that's yeah okay. So a friend of mine who's called Holminator. I did you watch the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's a really good way to do it as well. Like might be even more efficient. Press ready.
Might be good to do.
Oh yeah, I was looking for. Oh, I don't have it here. Okay. A good. I feel like good top laners are pretty rare, because I feel like, for example, my favorite team right now is Elements, the old alliance, but I really don't like the top laner, and it's been like that with a lot of teams.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of the. I've been thinking of doing it, and just never actually have time to
Yeah, but
watch
for
those.
me, I don't know if you watch TV, but for me, I use the like usually when I go to bed, I have been streaming or I've been basically doing something. I basically I don't really go to bed after chilling or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just me. And then my brain, my body needs a bit of time to relax.
Mhm.
Du skal sige for mor.
Hvad siger du?
Sige for mor og far, det der håndværk, når jeg kommer snart, hvis du vil se det igen i den her uge.
Oh yeah. What was I saying? I forgot. Oh yeah. So I use it as to relax. Like I sit down or lay in bed, put the laptop or my tablet or whatever, and then I just lay there and watch and chill. Like, and I do it like, I don't know, whenever I have time, and sometimes you're just bored. I don't know. I watch it on my phone, my tablet, my laptop. It's just something I do when I'm bored.
Yeah, I do it on the way to the university sometimes.
Yeah. And it doesn't. You don't have to watch them for a long time to get something you can work with.
Yeah.
Basically. Sparky Dog, what's your in-game name? But yeah, if I were to finish the thing I was saying, is that I would watch Crepo when he's streaming as support. And basically there is a lot of AD carry streams because people like them, I don't know, And a lot of AD carries are pretty good. Mid laner Pobelto, yeah, Night Blue. I would say. What am I against? No, not Giovanna. You didn't watch my stream when I said that bad players shouldn't play as. Oh, it's Raphael, okay. Like, it's a really bad champion, because usually they are hard and then they are good.
Yeah.
Or they're easy and then they're decent, but she's not bad, but she's not good either.
Okay.
But I don't know. She's one of the champions I really like playing, even if she's bad. I just like.
Oh, Ash.
Yeah, I like her running animation, her auto attack animation. I don't know.
She was the first champion I ever played, so.
Yeah, but you probably, I don't know if did you play the tutorial?
Well, yeah, but she was pretty
but-
good when I started.
Yeah, but then you automatically get used to it. When I played, there was no tutorial to try, you know.
Yeah.
But he was one of the first champions. I think there was 32 champions when I started playing this game.
Yeah, you started in open beta, or
Yeah,
was
yeah,
it?
but that's also just showing how much adapting you need to do over time. I mean, it's a long time. I've been playing this game for 5.5 years now.
Yeah.
But it's still like I have adapted so much. This game is basically not the same as when I started playing it.
Well, they change a lot a lot of changes every season, but also in between the seasons. I mean, like during the seasons.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, the biggest like you haven't played before. Like there's so many. The support used to be a really weak role where you would only be running around warding. You could place as many wards as you wanted, so basically people place like 1,000,000 wards.
Well, I also heard that the normal lane monsters used to be a lot more difficult. They could like almost one-shot you.
Which
The lane monsters in the beginning, in like season 1 or something, was really strong.
well, yeah,
From
they
what I
get
heard.
weaker. There's a lot of things. Also, like you know, TF.
Yeah.
His E used to be what you now know as his alt. God, I'm bad. Okay, no flash top for either of us. I'm probably gonna get ganked now. Oh, he's ganking mid.
Yeah.
Okay, that was pretty good. For me. Now remember to use wards.
Yeah.
Like, at least for me, when I played this game, I ward most as support and as jungler. The thing I like about warding as jungler is that you are basically everywhere. Be careful, now you can't 1v1 her.
No, I just wanted to ward there.
Like, if you buy a ward, you can use it everywhere, whereas if a support buys a ward, he's probably gonna use it, or he's gonna use it like bot lane, or somewhere around bot lane. So it's pretty predictable where he's gonna ward. Oh, he's getting pretty camped mid. You should probably let's try to see if you can counter gank at some point, because I think you will win the 2v2. Unless one of you get blown up. Oh, Hecarim is bar. Be careful. He's level 5. Oh, I'm so not fucking used to this champion. I'm pretty sure he started blue, so his blue is gonna spawn soon. I'm not saying that you have to do something. the god! No, he's gonna come and take this. No? No.
No, he's right there.
Be careful.
Siobhan is heading mid.
Yeah. She's only level 5, but... You see, now I don't know where she's walking, so just ping twice and hope that people... I mean, she's probably nowhere and she can only go mid. I wonder, we could probably just all in as we use flash at the same time. You see, he probably has no idea where the Ari is. She was getting blue though.
Oh, it's probably warded.
Yeah, Hegerim is at red. Could you possibly keep Arya away from here?
From where? Mid or top? Oh, there.
Oh, you just scared him away. I would have gotten him there. Kill this, we'll get the timer. So now we have the timer. I don't think we can't gank her. We can't kill her.
It's just too close to there.
Okay, they know I'm here. Can you hold top? Because I'm not gonna be able to take all that experience and she'll get the tower if you don't go there.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, maybe. Oh, okay. I don't know if you had W there.
No, I used it to get
Yeah,
to her.
You did really good there. You forced her flash and her ult, so like that's the being not being greedy part. Just backing off when you know that they used a lot of stuff and you basically used nothing. Now you should be careful about being around top. And if Hecarim comes, you just go straight for dragon. Oh, that's what's top tower. Okay, that sucked. I suck. I didn't hit my ult. Okay, still got the kill. The only thing in this game was that you got a bit behind early. I mean, did you gank early?
No, I tried, but I didn't get a good opportunity to.
Yeah, okay. It's just Hegerim got more. I don't. I think he was 5 when you were 4, and that's after I killed him. And I don't think you died. No, you didn't. In 40 seconds, their red will be up. We can take it if you're there. The Hegerim is here. So if you come here now, we can take the red.
I was gonna get this crap.
Well, then we can't. It's up now. Doesn't matter though, but it just... Or maybe they won't actually go for it. Wait, it was our red. Okay, that was my bad. Okay, that was a pretty good arrow. And now it's about not being greedy, because we could dive there, but if we do, we're probably gonna have somebody dying. Or we could do dragon.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Gotta kill it now.
Okay, I'm a god. Fucking Riven. Like now, after that team fight, you could have gone to take their red. Like that would have been literally.
Oh yeah. I didn't think of that.
Like now when we got the timer and they don't. Like if you go get the timer like that, just push the limits. Just.
Okay.
Okay. So do you see Hegerim with red? He doesn't have it. So they probably didn't take it yet, unless Joanna just went there. So I'm gonna go there.
Okay. Hecarim is by the blue.
Yeah, but he
he's
had
gone,
it.
yeah.
He's there. He's there. Like that's one thing I really like about him. The fact that you have that vision.
Yeah, I love that vision. I almost feel handicapped when I'm playing another hero because I can't see where everyone is.
Yeah, the red is up. Go knock him up. Yeah, good job. You. Okay. Good job. I ended up doing not so much in this game. But that's again what I feel like top laner is like you really don't do much unless you, as I did this game, go push and then pressure the jungle. Then you have a lot of effect.
I never liked playing top that much.
Yeah, I don't really enjoy it either. I play, if I play top, I play Aurelia, and that's because I know she's like a beast late game. And I feel like you don't do much in top lane. Really? Really? I didn't get that kill. I could die now. I suppose it's this game. Okay. I'm just gonna run. I guess they're gonna surrender now. I feel like more and more of them are going AFK now. Let's see. Can I outplay this Ari? Do you believe?
Go check.
Okay, I didn't get hit by a charm. Okay, I can't if I don't hit shit. I just missed shit. God damn it.
2 AFK it seems.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. No, it wasn't. Those games happen though. Like. Well, I heard the Windows 10 should be pretty sad. Oh well. I really hope you got something out of this.
Yeah, it was educational.
If you have any questions in the future, just come and ask.
Okay.
Preferably on my stream, because you're obviously gonna go watch that.
Of course.
But yeah, basically, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask any player you think is good. Just don't expect them to always want to answer, because at least for me, I get a lot of people asking me questions.
Naturally.
So I don't mind answering questions, but I really prefer to answer them when I'm streaming, so I can just talk while doing something, instead of typing out the same answer to a question like 15-20 times.
Okay. Well, thank you for the coaching session. It was educational.
Yeah, I hope so. And thanks for signing up.
No problem.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Guys, is it okay? Are you? Let's see. Sparky, Raphael, and Enjoy. Also, thanks for following too. Is it okay if we play a game tomorrow? Because then I would, or later. I'm going off stream now, taking a break. Today was pretty rough. Like I was at an exam till 5, and then I was home at 7. So I'm really tired now. I want to go sit down, get a beer, just chill. If that's okay with you guys. And it's completely up to you if you want to play later today or if we play, let's say tomorrow. As the first thing we do before I set up stream and then we play. Yeah, it went pretty well. I got what you would call A or B. I don't know. I got the second best grade. And we have 7 grades in Denmark. Okay. Thanks, Demon Steel 87 for watching. Oh yeah, okay. I got 10. How would I know that you're Danish? But somebody else asked if we could play as well, so I want to play with them. But feel free to add me. I think I still have some space in my friend list. I should have space in my friend list. The best time, I think it's pretty much up to yourself. The thing is, right now, a platinum player could be potentially matched with a challenger player. I saw that previously today. Yeah, enjoy. Well, yeah, I know GG Fang, but like, quite frankly, I can't remember everybody's nationality when I haven't spoken to them for a long time, you know. Calax. I don't know where you're from. I don't know Calax. 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 Yeah, Calax. Well, but I do remember you. I'm not saying that, but I just didn't remember that you are Danish. Good evening. Raphael, just remind me. Okay. Pussy Kurats Calax. Bye, thanks for watching. I will upload this to my YouTube pretty soon, probably tonight, so you can share it with your friends or whatever. I'll post it on my Facebook. Thanks for watching.